Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. We've got a great show here for you today.
Fierce.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yes.
That's it, man.
So excited.
Makes sense because we've got Kelly Youngs here from She Is Fierce.
Okay.
We've also got Letti Bozard in here, very fierce St. Augustinian.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about the She Is Fierce Women's Wednesday. This is coming back. Very exciting. And we're going to dive into what this is. The keynote speaker this year, very amazing human being. And a whole lot more.
I want to know about the food. I want to know, you know what I mean? I want to know, is there a good bag,
talk about the food.
swag bag, you know what I mean?
We'll talk about the food. Got to talk about the food.
That's how we go.
Add this to the questions.
Yeah,
talk
Letty's like,
about
no food.
the food. Okay. Well, let's hope there's some food to talk about. If not, we just messed up this whole interview.
They can go to Ford's Garage, buddy.
There you go. They're like, stop putting stuff on our plate, guys. Okay? This is not your event to do. We're going to talk about this here very, very soon. And of course, we've got your horoscopes. We've got your events. We've got everything you need to know.
Oh, okay, that's better.
We will start the show by telling you, of course, about Bozard Ford Lincoln since 1949. Oh. 1949, Davey.
Wow.
Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. They are truly a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine. They were founded on the principles of honesty, integrity, and community service, and that tradition continues to thrive through generations here in St. Johns County in Northeast Florida. Their state-of-the-art service facility features 91 climate-controlled bays.
Not 90, 91.
91.
Yes.
Got to go above and beyond.
Yeah, but
And that quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance. You can also enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage while you're out there. They are proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealerator. Their team is dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. Bozard Ford Lincoln offers the best in pricing, selection, and service just off 95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire.
ain't that the truth?
Yeah, man. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group. Over 300 companies and organizations trust the Bailey Group to carefully craft a benefits program that supports and reflects their vision. No matter where you want to go, they want to help you get there together as a team, as a family. Their first priority is helping you take care of yourself and your family. They want to sit down with you and learn more about things like your personal situation. They want to identify your dreams and your goals. They want to understand things like your risk tolerance. That'll help them build the perfect plan for you. Long-term relationships that encourage open and honest communication have always been the cornerstone of their foundation of success. Give them a call. Let them help you. 904-461-1800. And of course, our friends at Elace Med Spa. If you're looking for a relaxing and rejuvenating experience, look no further than Elace Med Spa. At Elace, they specialize in providing their clients with a wide range of luxurious spa treatments and advanced medical aesthetic procedures. Whether you're looking to unwind with a hydrofacial or enhance your natural beauty with things like dermal fillers, laser treatments, Botox, and a whole lot more, the body contouring, the hair services, you can get hair off, you can get hair on.
Either way, do-si-do it, baby. You can just move it around.
There you go. Elace is the place that will save your face. It's beauty on your terms.
Thank God. Dream team on the beauty scene.
That's right. Go to elace.com. Kelly, Letti, how are y'all doing this afternoon?
We're doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Letti?
Awesome.
We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm excited to be here with Kelly.
Yeah.
To come in with y'all, who I love, and bring a friend.
This is so exciting.
Yes. Day.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. You get to come experience the afternoon show for a change.
Yes.
Very
Welcome
nice.
to the Stoita.
That's right. We're great at naming stuff around here.
Very original.
Yeah.
Show that's on in the afternoon. At Stoita.
Yeah.
But seriously though, I'm so happy you guys are here. So happy you're in studio. How did you guys get linked up? Seriously.
Yeah.
When did this go?
Can I share?
Yes.
So I'll give a very quick version. Kim O'Connell, I'll give her a huge shout out that everybody knows and loves. Came to our very first Women's Wednesday series in 2015. And Letti and I found out much later, grew up in the same neighborhood, but never met, never knew each other. And Kim O'Connell said, to Letti, and I'm sure you know better than I do what she said, but went to Letti and said, you guys need to get connected. So Letti and I met, and I shared this vision of what we were doing for women. And from the very first day, the very first meeting, when she didn't know me, she was like, I'm on board. I want to do this. I want to bring this enrichment to women in our community. And we've been doing it together ever since.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So Letti, I mean, it was right away. You knew you had to be part of this, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Kim was probably the most vocal, but you know how you just have times in your life where people keep saying, "Hey, you should talk to so and so. Hey, you guys need to meet. Hey, I think you would like this person." You know, it was just kind of happening here and there a little bit after she had that very first event, and so we, like Kelly said, we got connected. She came to my office and we started to chat. And you guys know, I mean, from the standpoint of like put my Bozard Ford hat on, we're involved in a lot of stuff, and we want to make sure that it represents kind of the dealership as a whole and where we fit in this community, right? But the reality is, in addition to that, myself, Bo, Jeff, so many of our other employees as well, we all have a couple personal, you know what I mean? Like things that are just us. So as Kelly was talking, I was like, this one's a me thing. Obviously, you know, being able to use the resources of the dealership and partner with her and leverage, you know, the kind of influence that we have is awesome. But this one's a me thing, right?
Can you talk about why it's a me thing to you?
Yeah. So what she described to me that day, and I give Kelly a huge credit for this, has not changed in those 9 years. It has not changed. She had stayed true to exactly what she was trying to accomplish. And, you know, out there, for women or men, I'm going to say this one happens to be geared toward women, but I think everybody can benefit from this. There are all kinds of self-help books and speakers out there that tell you how to do something or what to do, right? Like step by step, this is going to change your life. Some of them probably have lots of value and maybe some of them don't, who knows? But what she came to me with was, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to create events and speaker series and forums and conversations on exactly telling people what to do, because not everybody's the same, right? Mm-hmm. Rather, I want women to tell their stories, and then other women can learn from pieces of their stories. That was what she gave to me that day. She was like, I think there's a place for that. I think we can have women come in and share their stories. And here's the deal. What are the most best-selling books, the most inspirational movies? They're the ones that say at the bottom, based on a true story.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not always the ones, of course, action movies and all the fake stuff. They're fun to watch.
Sure.
But they're not the inspirational ones. They're not the ones that motivate you to maybe dig a little deeper. It's based on a true story that is what pushes us. And that's really what she was explaining to me. Was she was like, I want to create these environments. And some of them are small group stuff. Some of them are business specific. Women's Wednesday is not business specific. It's just a woman or multiple women sharing their story. And you're in the audience and you sit there and there might be one piece of that woman's story that you connect with or 25 pieces of that woman's story. But you take something away and you either feel, oh my gosh, somebody else went through that. I'm not alone in that. Or, oh my gosh, I had that idea and I've always been afraid to take the leap, but she took the leap, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So whatever you're getting from it is either some reassurance or some inspiration and stuff like that. But that was where she sold me. She was like, I want women to tell their stories to other women. And I was like, I don't know how you're going to do that, but yes, count me in. And I'm telling you, she has not steered away from that yet, even with the addition of other events and making them so much bigger than the original ones were. That's still what we do at the She is Fierce local events. Kelly has another piece of She is Fierce, which is an online forum, but the stuff that she does in St. Johns County is women telling their stories to other women and women being able to benefit from that.
And Kelly, that's so powerful, isn't it? When people can connect, right? When people can connect with somebody who has a real life story,
absolutely,
that can just inspire sometimes change that is needed in us. When we're able to see, oh, that person's just like me. We went through the same things. If she can do it, I can do it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and Letty said it so beautifully. And I will say, I mean, we're in our 9th year now. So the great thing about being 9 years in is like, the ability to look back and see somebody who went to an event 5 years ago and was inspired to do something, and they've started a business, they've changed their life, they've kind of come back and they say, you know what, I went and I saw Charlene Landon's talk and she talked about her struggle and her divorce, and that inspired me to look at my life differently. Or I went and I saw, somebody speak about starting their own business and all of the struggles they went through, but how they were able to overcome it. And that inspired me. And now I have $1 million business. We just had somebody talking about that at our most recent event.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so I think being able to kind of watch that trajectory of somebody who comes in the audience is like, I hope I get inspired. Mm-hmm. And then you see them start and then they're in the struggle. And then all of a sudden they're like, here's my story. I have something to share.
So Kelly, what's your story? Sorry to interrupt you, Pete, but what's your story then? Like,
what's your story, Kelly?
What's your inspiration then? Like, how did you find this idea, this concept?
So the very quick version is for years. So when I was in high school, I worked in media. My background's in TV and digital production, and I was pitching at the local First Coast News in Jacksonville.
Okay.
I was pitching, why don't we do more women's stories? Why aren't we interviewing more women? There's a huge audience for it, and there's so many incredible women that should be profiled, basically. And for years, and I mean, this is a long time ago, I'm getting old now, but for years in local TV, in national TV, and international TV networks that I worked for, that idea just got shot down.
Wow. That
So
blows
for
me
years,
away.
I kind of had this like, I know we need it. I know I need it. And I know that there are just, the number of people out there that have these inspiring stories is overwhelming. And so when I had my kids, we moved to St. Augustine, very quick version. And I was in St. Augustine going, well, I moved from an international media company to St. Augustine, Florida. What am I going to do with myself? And in that moment, I thought, why don't I do this thing that I've been trying so hard to get somebody else to let me do? Why don't I just try and do it? So that's the very quick version, and really kind of kicked it off without a real plan, if I'm honest. I was like, I like this idea and I want to make it happen. And I'm so grateful to people like Letty who got on board and have helped kind of grow it. And as she said, make a difference for people all over, but very specifically in this community as well, and reaching people. And it's most special for me in this community to get to see people and the difference that it makes.
It's very powerful.
Very
awesome.
powerful.
Speaking of powerful, talk to me about your keynote speaker this year, Skylar. What an amazing human being.
Skylar Siefker, she is the CEO of St. Augustine Youth Services. She's incredible. I'm going to turn it over to Letty, who knows her even better than me, even though I have so many good things to say about her, because before we got on, Letty was talking about how phenomenal she is. So I want to let you share a little bit about
Yeah, I'm actually super excited that Skylar's going to be the speaker. So we have had Women's Wednesday events in the past where we've kind of honored some local folks and stuff like that. Amy Upchurch from Pink Stork has spoken. So it's not that we've never had a local speaker, but we've also, in the 9 years of Women's Wednesday, had national speakers, right? People from not from this area. So Kelly does a great job of mixing that up. But I'm super excited for Skylar, for people to get to hear Skylar's stories. And we were talking a little bit before we started to record. There are so many people in our community and in probably every community that are doing such amazing, impactful work. But as a personality, they're so humble and quiet about it that they really don't want to shout from the rooftops about themselves, right? And so Skylar, she's one of my dear friends. We've been friends for 20 years. And she's one of those people, right? Yeah. She will get up and speak about St. Augustine Youth Services. And Kelly was even kind of joking a few minutes ago about she had to push her a little bit, like, hey, you're actually speaking about Skylar at this Women's Wednesday. It's Skylar's story, not St. Augustine Youth Services story, right? So she's pretty versed in getting up and speaking about St. Augustine Youth Services. She's very passionate about it. That's, her whole career. And she's an amazing work with that organization. But Skylar, as a female leader, as a mom, as a community member, as a social servant, I mean, social work is ultimately what they're doing there. She's highly, highly educated, and she's grown that organization from a tiny little house on Saragossa Street where they could, take in boys in the original group home to the campus out there, South US 1. I think it's 206 US 1. Almost 206.
Right by the library down
there.
there.
Yeah. I can never remember if it's before or after 206. It's around 206. But they've grown it, and they've grown their programming. It's not just a boys group home anymore. They're doing... They're planning right now to grow it. This is something I didn't know before I got involved with St. Augustine Youth Services. Our foster care system, or the group homes for children and things, those types of programs, when the child hits 18, they have to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, leave the property.
Yeah.
They can't be there anymore.
Right.
So she's been working really hard for a couple of years to create a separate entity and a separate home. That it's a transitional space. So a child that's some of these kids are 18 and they're still in high school.
Yeah.
And she's like, what am I going to do? Kick them out? They have to go to high school. Right. So anyway, she's one of those people that thinks outside the box. She plays by the rules. Don't get me wrong. You have to in that industry. But she thinks outside the box and says, hey, there's a need and we have to figure out a way. And then the community action team stuff that they're doing with the mental health crisis team in our community, it's fantastic. So I could go on and on about the work that she's done, but I'm really, really excited for everyone to hear Skylar's personal story.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's the part that she will not talk about because she's got her youth services hat on almost all the time because that's how passionate she is about it. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So Kelly, can you paint a picture for the audience right now about like what are people seeing when they enter the space? How many people are going to be there? Like, is it an intimate setting? What does it look like?
So it's going to be in the Gorgeous. So we traditionally have done it in the Treasury downtown, which is a phenomenal space. Mm-hmm. But this year we are moving it to another beautiful space, the Bozard Lincoln showroom. So for anyone who hasn't been there, I'll brag on it for a second. Oh, yeah. It's a gorgeous, it kind of feels like you're inside of a Lincoln.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous showroom. So we are taking over the whole showroom. We're setting up one space to be a theater style seating with a gorgeous stage that's put on by DHD Home. And then the rest of the lobby area is all going to be set up for cocktails. We have tons of local nonprofits, vendors, women-owned businesses who have product-based businesses are going to be there.
I didn't know about
so people
that.
can go shopping while they're there.
Nice.
They can learn about nonprofits that they can give back to. And then any drinks that people buy, all of the money that comes from that is going to go directly back to St. Augustine Youth Services. So there's additional ways for them to give back in small ways at the event and then hopefully learn about how they can give back in bigger ways
That's
as well.
super special. I like that.
That is really cool. And how about this new Girls Confidence and Leadership
Yes.
camp?
Okay.
This
Thank
sounds
you for
really
asking.
cool.
Yeah. So I've been saying June is all about women and girls empowerment for
Yeah.
She is Fierce and in St. Augustine. So for the very first time, so we're 9 years into doing women's events. I love women's events. I love all of the things I talked about earlier. But I have a daughter, and for years I have been thinking, okay, well, as she gets older, I would love to do something that reaches this kind of younger middle school and high school age audience of girls who, I mean, statistically, girls' confidence plummets at age 9, which 9 seems so young, right, for that to be the case. So we're looking at girls kind of in rising 5th through 8th grade. And we're doing this year a kind of an intimate camp just to get us started and kind of test it out. But we have some incredible speakers, women who've spoken to our female audiences, our women audiences before, women who are experts in mental health, people who are educators, and an audience or a panel of their peers. So people who are in high school or college age and can kind of speak to them about, when I was in 6th grade, I was bullied and here's how I handled it. Or I dealt with this, as my body was changing. Or I had trouble in school and I struggle with ADHD and here's what I did to deal with that. So that in the same way we, invite women to share their stories on our kind of broader stage, we also want that to happen for these girls, for them to be able to look up and say, hey, I'm not the only one. Because I think as adults, we kind of objectively know someone else is dealing with it, even if it doesn't feel like it. Little kids, they don't know. Middle school kids don't know that everyone is dealing with it.
It's a hard thing to balance, though, to like making sure that they share. Are they sharing their stories in smaller group setting as opposed to the women's one where it's in front of everybody? What's your angle there? So
it's a little bit of a combination. Okay. So we will have a panel where the girls who are a little bit older can share, so if they feel comfortable.
Cool.
So they're kind of volunteering their time. They don't have to share. But we're also going to have small group circles. So the girls will be in the same group for both days. It's a 2-day event. And they'll have a chance to kind of share within that smaller group. So they'll have one leader, one adult there with them at all times.
This is great.
And then they'll have another little group that hopefully they'll have that ability to get to know each other and feel comfortable so that if they do want to talk about something a little bit deeper, they can go deeper.
They have their
and
group.
Also there's going to be fun arts and crafts and dance parties and things
like
that just
it.
make it fun and not, it won't all be, deep and meaningful, but I hope that they will have those takeaways that they can then build on as they grow.
So what does this look like? Is this like a like, when I think camp, I think like possibly sleepover camp, and they're doing like, what is this style?
That's too fancy for me. I'm not ready for that. So it's a 2-day event. We're calling it camp because it's in the summer. It's really a 2-day girls confidence and leadership empowerment event.
Cool.
And so it's from 9 to 1:30 on June 27th and 28th. It's going to be in the Waterworks building downtown.
Great.
It's in a beautiful space. It's very intimate, but it's also very contained. So people know that their kids are going to be with an adult who's responsible. And then we will have, they have a gorgeous stage in there. So we'll have our stage set up just like we do for our women's events so that it feels really special and fun and not like a traditional camp for these girls. It feels like something I hope that they'll love and come back to each year.
All right. This sounds awesome.
Sounds amazing.
This really
I'm
does.
excited.
Yeah.
So Letty, talk about like the change makers and honoring them. Like, how do you guys like select it? Are you part of that process? Like, how do you guys pick the person that you're going to honor that specific year?
I'm not always completely part of that process. I have been some years. Kelly, like, I want to talk this through with you. It's part of how she keeps it fresh, right? Like I mentioned earlier, there have been years where she's like, I just really feel like this year, we kind of need that big, impactful speaker, right? I want to go find somebody to draw from out of the area, that's maybe a professional speaker, right? Then there have been years where she's like, I'm feeling this year is more local. I mean, we've had Donna Deegan, we've had Melanie Lawson, we've we've had Charlene Landon, we've had I don't know if you guys how aware you are, but there are really powerful corporate women in Northeast Florida, like doing big jobs, right? So there's kind of like this really cool pool, and then there's also the local change maker type of person, and then there's the regional, national stuff. So Kelly kind of just like decides, okay, this is the bucket that we're going to kind of, to make sure it's not the same every single year, right? You don't want it to just become mundane. So she does a really awesome job with that. So once she kind of figures out the bucket, the direction that she's going to start to pull from, then we'll talk and vet, and she has the experience on the media side to know how to ask those questions and figure out.
I just think everybody's extraordinary that y'all select. I just think it's such a fresh look every year, so it's good.
You.
So what does the future look like? What do y'all hope for the future of these events? I mean, obviously continuing to impact and empower women, but how does this thing grow? You're 9 years in. You're obviously at a level that's amazing right now, but we all got to evolve. We all got to get bigger and better, right?
Yep.
So where do we see this thing going in the future?
Well, I think Letty and I have to talk more about some of these big plans I have that I haven't shared. I'll tell you a quick version. So obviously, there's some things like Women's Wednesday that I don't really want to change that much because I think that they are at the heart of what we do, and I want them to be big, but not immensely big, and I want it to feel intimate. But then there are other things that we do, like our summit, which is both a combination of sharing women's stories and also educating and helping people to have the tools that they need if they want to be successful as entrepreneurs or professionals, or the girls camp. There are some other things that we do that I think have a lot of potential for growth as events. And then we also have, as Letty said earlier, an online platform. So we reach women well outside of Florida, outside of the country, with resources that are female storytelling, but also tools for, discovering your purpose, tools for growing your confidence, building a network, professional skills, a lot of the things that once you get inspired, you actually need the steps, right?
Yeah.
You need somebody to be like, okay, I'm ready to go. What do I do now? So we try to kind of give the tools that they need. And so that is a community that is always growing and expanding. And I have a lot of big plans for that for next year. But I think for our events, Women's Wednesday, I hope will always be kind of the heart of that storytelling piece. And then we can do all kinds of fun stuff with the other stuff.
Heck yeah.
You can do anything on the internet. I mean,
can.
gosh, you guys launched a tiny little event, and look what the internet did. Look, you broke the internet. So we're just going to follow your lead, Pete.
Right? Well, this probably a lot more important than my little event. Okay.
Hey, fun is also important.
Fun is definitely important, but this is great. I just love what y'all are doing here, and Kelly, big kudos to you. I mean,
Major.
What an impact you're having on so many lives, and I'm sure you know that. But just huge, just very, very cool, very impactful. Tell me again where people can go, check in, sign up for events, all that good stuff.
Okay, well, thank you so much for asking. I just told Letty I added just 10 tickets this morning. I was like, we're going on air. I'm adding 10 tickets. And then we will have used up all possible space for seating. So if anybody wants to get a ticket to Women's Wednesday, they can do it. I actually saw that 2 of them were already caught up before we told anybody.
Oh my goodness.
So I recommend if you're hearing this and you want to come, go right now. It's sheisfiercehq.com/Wednesday.
Okay.
And it'll take them right to the link. And then for the camp, which I know, this is a new event for us. So if anybody has questions, they're welcome to email me. But they can also just go and grab their ticket and reach out to us afterwards. And that's sheisfiercehq.com/camp.
Love it.
Easy.
Okay, very good. And what day is that camp? When is that camp again?
June 27th and 28th.
Okay.
And the one other thing that I want to mention about the camp is that we are actually inviting parents, so moms and caregivers and dads, if they want to come, for the second half of the second day, so that they'll have a chance to kind of go do their own Q&A panel and learn about how they can actually support their girls, right? So the girls are going to walk away with some tools, but we also want the parents to walk away with the knowledge and the ability to actually help them use some of these things that they've learned.
Yeah.
So Letty, real quick, before we bust out of here, tell if there's somebody out there that's on the fence about coming to this event, what is your call to action? What would you tell them?
For Women's Wednesday?
Yeah.
Man, I think it has, so many different components all in one evening, and we're all busy, right? And like I mentioned earlier, like there's so much kind of self-help, and you can use the internet, you can read books, you can talk to your friends. There's so many avenues you can go and get great counsel, right? But this event is super fun. It's got great little cocktails,
God bless. Yeah,
right in the middle of the week, which I'm a big fan of a Wednesday night cocktail, in case anyone didn't know that. Some local vendors, some great fellowship and just kind of connections, networking with other women who are super like-minded and great fun, right? A great speaker, so the inspiration piece. And it's pretty concise. I mean, like it's a couple 3 hours and you're back home and out. A lot of people go out to dinner afterwards, or whatever. So you can make a later night of it. But the event is not, all night on a Wednesday night. So it's just really, really impactful in a great amount of time with a lot of fun with a lot of really cool people. So
that's awesome.
That's not something that you can get on a website or in a book.
Or on just on any Wednesday.
Yeah, or just on any Wednesday night. So I think it's kind of the whole deal.
Fabulous.
Very cool. Ladies, thank you all so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
So
Thanks for having
awesome.
us.
Yeah.
Y'all are fierce.
That's right.
I love
That's
it.
right. Great stuff.
Yeah, man, that's really
great
super
stuff.
inspiring. And like Kelly said, it was a needed resource. That's amazing.
And I love the camp.
Yeah, dude.
I love the camp, man. There's
it.
so many young girls in our area who just need that these days, especially with the social media and all the crap they're getting thrown at them these days.
We didn't have to deal with that. It's an
No,
added
we
pressure.
didn't. And it really is a huge monster for so many people. It really, really is. So just amazing things that these ladies are doing across the board. I love it.
Yeah,
I
man.
love it. Hey, I also love our friends at Old Town Trolley.
Okay.
Yeah, man. A significant part of Old Town Trolley's philosophy is giving back to the communities in which they operate as well. Old Town Trolley, proud to offer their sincere appreciation and support for organizations like the St. Johns County Schools, Patriot Service Dogs. They do the autism designation, which they're huge into. They have dived headfirst into that to really make sure that everybody is able to get the absolute best experience when they hop on an Old Town Trolley. They really do care about you, and it's really awesome. Our friends at Old Town Trolley also offer uncountable transportation donations to a lot of local fundraisers. Light Up the Night, the 4th of July fireworks, the Beach Blast Off, the Holly Jolly Shopping Trolley, and a whole lot more. They're just a great organization. They are more than just a sightseeing train, and I would urge you to hop on and support them and have a great time next time you're downtown. The Old Town Trolleys are the green trains, and we love them a whole lot.
All right, Florida, let's talk about something we take very seriously, like air conditioning and heating. We're not fans of being left in a hot mess of humidity, right?
Right.
So when was the last time you gave your home unit some love? Well, for a fabulous 45 years, Steve Chapman's All-American Air has been the AC hero of St. Augustine and beyond. We're talking St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam counties. They're not just experts, they're the cool cats of warranty and non-warranty service work. They have preventative maintenance service agreements and new construction installations with rocking high efficiency systems. From the Lennox Wonders to the ultra smart iComfort thermostat, they've got all your HVAC products in sight. Give them a call today. Get on one of those maintenance plans, 904-461-0070.
And of course, Bin 39 Wine Bar.
Woo, come
Wine
through.
Beer.
They got that there too.
They do.
Yeah, they have a little bit of beer.
You're going to find your new favorite wine at Bin 39. I guarantee it, like the Men's Warehouse guy.
Yeah.
It's a great spot to sit down, relax with friends, sip on a few glasses, and if you like what you're drinking, you can take a bottle home.
Yes.
Also, if you got a special event coming up and you're just not sure what wine to pair with what you've got going on, all you got to do is ask the question, and they're going to find you the absolute perfect wine for any occasion that you're looking for. They're the absolute experts in St. Johns County. There really is. I can't think of anybody better to talk wine with than Irving Cass and the staff down there. Just amazing people. It's a passion of theirs, and it's just a great experience.
Yeah.
Just a great experience. Bin 39 Wine Bar right there on the Orange Street side of St. George Street. Go down there and enjoy a couple glasses today.
Bottle.
Go
25% off of that Pantera Chardonnay. Just go for it.
Okay.
This is the last day. You might as well do it now.
All right, there you go. There you go. Davey is really tapped in to the wine community.
I am. Not just the model, just the president here.
There you go. Hey, we got horoscopes today. Libra and Aquarius on deck.
You wanted it, so here you go.
Let's do it. Libra. Got a snort out of me here this morning.
Can we clip that out, guys?
I'm ready
How's
for
it going?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's what I need. Just a new sound effect on the board. Libra, your indecisiveness will reach peak absurdity today.
Okay.
Every choice, no matter how trivial, will become a monumental struggle. Don't worry. Eventually, everyone will stop asking you for your opinion. All right. It's going to happen sooner than later.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Aquarius, your eccentric ideas will be met with bewilderment and skepticism today. Prepare for a day of defending your weirdness to people who just don't get it and never will.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe tone down the oddities just for today.
Nah, keep them.
Okay.
They look great on you.
Well, take Davey's advice, sure.
Listen, I got some great things happening. How about the
Okay.
St. Johns County Clerk of Courts?
All right.
They're hiring for multiple positions.
That's a good job.
So this is an excellent benefits package, including health, life, and dental and vision insurance. They didn't skimp. 13 paid holidays, vacation and sick leave, on-site gym, wow, tuition reimbursement, some healthcare reimbursement, some participation in the retirement system. They got it all going on out there. So just check out the St. Johns County Clerk of Courts. Good shout out for some great jobs there.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Oh, Pizza Pen is
All
coming
right.
to town at Zoika's Dance. This is happening Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd. This is, of course, at the Lewis Auditorium. This is featuring ballet, tap, hip hop, jazz, contemporary, and aero dance. That must be in the air,
Aero
excuse
dance.
me.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to zoikasdance.com and get your tickets for Peter Pan.
All right, there you go. Well, yeah, I guess they fly around. in that
Right, true.
story, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Hey, join Art Box Gallery for an unforgettable evening as they celebrate the closing night of their latest art exhibition with the smooth and soulful sounds of Burn Unit. Immerse
Okay.
yourself in a fusion of visual and musical artistry, a night of art and jazz. This is happening tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. at Art Box, which is 137 King Street.
All right.
We love them over there at Art
Yeah,
Box.
they do great stuff. over
Yeah,
there.
man.
Great stuff, man. Hey, speaking of people who do great stuff.
Okay.
Magnolia Family Dentistry. We love them. I was so impressed with Dr. Rodriguez when we had her in studio
Yes.
just a couple of weeks ago. They're not just about clean teeth. It's about a clean and extraordinary experience all across the board out there. From the moment you step through their doors, you're going to be welcomed into a state-of-the-art practice that prioritizes your comfort and well-being, as well as, of course, the healthier teeth. You can experience the difference with Magnolia Family Dentistry, where a healthy smile meets exceptional care. Schedule your appointment today by calling 904-824-0990. I love that they do provide the option of that fluoride-free experience.
I had no idea.
That's important to a whole lot of people.
Absolutely.
And if you're skeptical of non-fluoride treatments, her and her family have been non-fluoride forever. She has beautiful, amazing,
Absolutely.
whitest teeth I've ever seen in my life.
But she said specifically that there's a way to do it
Yes.
right and there's a way to do it wrong.
Yes.
So learn how to do it right. It'll definitely save your life. I'm telling you. They're innovative over there. I love them.
They're located in Flagler Whitehall Park at 108 Whitehall Drive, St. Augustine, 32086. Right, 10 minutes from everybody.
Right.
Just 10 minutes from everybody. They're in the
Nice.
middle of town. Magnolia Family Dentistry. They are redefining dental excellence one smile at a time.
Love it.
And Panache.
Okay.
I forgot it was still my ad read time. Yeah. Panache, since 1987, they opened their doors to be a cut above the rest. Their mission out there at Panache is caring for their team, their guests, and their community from scalp to soul and bringing joy to the world one service at a time. The Panache difference is their carefully chosen and highly trained staff that is always there to exceed your expectations. Same goes for their elegant salon space. They're also proud to align with Aveda's mission of ethical and sustainable business practices and their high fashion aesthetic. They share Aveda's exceptional standards of quality products, treatments, and guest care, and everything they do reflects the quality of an Aveda salon. Check them out at getpanache.com.
And don't forget about self-care special this summer on Wednesdays.
That's right.
Summer, $30 shampoo and blow dry. That is a huge discount. So yeah, capitalize on that.
Yeah, man.
Also capitalize on the United Way of St. Johns County. They are a champion for our community. Together they create opportunities, they foster education, and they improve the lives of those in need. Check out their services today. They need your time, your talent, and your love. Go to unitedway-sjc.org.
Sweet. All right, man.
Picks that go hard.
Okay.
Here we go. First one.
I'm worried about this.
Look at this cat gravity moment.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
Jeez, cat.
Jeez.
Fat cat.
Take a load off. Next up, this one seems practical. Okay. when we dismantle the thing, and we can maybe turn them into this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, see,
Yep.
we could do something
We
with
will
them.
dismantle it.
Yeah. Next, that's recycling.
That's right.
Next up, C, drop, bear.
Oh, okay. Looks like that bear's having a lot of fun.
Like midair, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Next up, damn crab is richer than me. Dang
Yeah.
it, God sakes.
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
I need a loan, crab.
Is that a 500? Jeez. Next up, wow, when grandma and grandpa are going to the rave.
Okay. Or back to my middle school days with the, looks like they got the Jinkos going on there.
Yeah,
I love it.
they do that like hard metal techno. I like it. Yeah. Next up, look at this gym water bottle. I think it's kind of
Okay.
clever, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's pretty good.
All right. Next up, grandma's leaving the retirement home.
Okay.
Here's arts and crafts moment here. It's a
I
little-
guess so. I hope
a
so.
little dark there. Next up, I can't unsee Biggie like this now, right?
What made them make Biggie into Spider-Man?
It's not
like,
Fat Albert.
why?
That's definitely Biggie, right? Yeah. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Next up, okay, stick shift. I see
Wow,
you.
that's intense.
That's very intense. Samurai. Next one here. Look at this. A custom painted taxidermy swordfish with flames. I actually like this.
All
That looks
right,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
That's different,
You know what
man.
I mean?
That's
Yeah.
different. Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Hard.
Oh, thank you, Davey, for helping put together a great show, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to the ladies that joined us here today, Kelly and Letty. Thank you to Clay and Rick in the booth. And thank you guys out there for watching. We'll see you in the morning.
Bye, everybody.